Hello and welcome to another Web Manager demonstration. On this one we're going to talk about background properties. So here I've got my Demo 3 page open, which is up there, and I've got a container with an image and a text box inside. Images, you can't really apply background properties to images, but you can use images for a background. So let's start with the container. So that's highlighted. I'm going to click this button here to add a background colour. We can actually from this menu add a background image as well. So let's start with a colour. Let's keep it simple. So we've got background colour, and if we know the hex reference for a specific colour that we've got from somewhere else, we can enter that in here, or we can select a colour by clicking this button and opening the colour chart. So let's make it orange. Okay, it's rather loud, but that's it's as simple as that. That's how you apply a background colour. Now if you want to apply a background image, now there's several, it's a bit more complex. There's several different ways of using background images on your elements. So let's click the same button again, and this time let's select an image to use as a background. Let's use the Taj Mahal. Okay, so here we've got the Taj Mahal. By default, it will repeat the image throughout the size of the container. So if I just click apply there you go. You can see it's put it all the way across. It's just repeating it. So if I stretch it, it just keeps repeating it. Now, if I go back to that, I can say no repeat. At which point only has it once. If I move this image out of the way, you can just see it up the top there. Or as you can see, that has kept it to the top left of the container. Now if I don't want it, if I only want to have it once in my background, but I don't want it up on the top left, there are some properties that we can change to move it around. So let's click on the border menu, the background menu again, and here we have background position, and at the moment it's set to top left. We can make it center. So now it's gone to the centre of the box, so if I do that, it always sits in the centre of the container. Or I can make it bottom right. Okay, so you can basically move it all the way around the container. Now, this isn't the most stylish way to be using background menus, but I just want to show you an example of how we use background options to basically create the look and feel of a website. So I'm just going to change this now. I'm going to get rid of that colour, and I'm going to get rid of that image. I'm going to pick a new image, and we have one called white fade. So if I just click white fade and click set background, make it top left, no repeat. Now you can't actually see it because this background image is just 1 pixel by 1 pixel. If I turn off guides, you can just see a little speck up there, and that is the white fade background colour. So now, or background image rather, so now I'm going to make it repeat, and you can see how you can use this to create interesting effects. So I've clicked repeat there, now I'm going to click apply. There we go. So this background image is called white fade, but it's a transparent PNG file. So as you can see, you can still see a bit of the page background through it. So it's a great way of saving memory really for your web pages. Your web page, when it downloads into a browser, it only has to download that particular image once, but it then repeats it for the entire background. So it does save a lot of memory. It means your pages will be much quicker to download. If I'd made that image, that white fade image, 526 pixels by 300 pixels, it would take a bit longer to download. And then if I made the container bigger and I wanted a bigger background image, then as you can probably realise, it would take a lot longer to keep downloading these images. So it's a great way of just creating one tiny little image and just repeating it to get the effect that you might be looking for. We can do that in strips, so you could do it by repeating rows. If I said repeat rows, so effectively I've made a border, and I could do repeat columns. So I've just made a border down the left there. So that's just repeating that 1 pixel image all the way down for the height of the container. So if I stretch it, As you can see, it basically multiplies to fit the height. Okay, so you can have a play around with backgrounds and background images, and you can see what effects you can come up with. But otherwise, that's how you do it. I'm not sure if you might have caught how I removed the background image, but if we just select the container again, and if I click that one, I can, oops, no, if I click that one rather, background, I can just click that little trash can there to get rid of anything that I don't want. There we go, and we're pretty much back to where we started. Okay, so that's how you use background images for creating interesting effects. Hope that's been informative. If you could send me some feedback on the tutorials at lawrence@webwan.co.uk, and I'd appreciate your input. Otherwise, thanks for watching.